Alright, so I've got a different truck now. Instead of the Toyota, I'm now driving a Ram. So what had happened was, so I actually fixed my steering wheel. If you can see, it's got this stitching on it that came down. And what had happened was this was actually completely split here, just because the stitching had just worn out. And it got worse and worse and worse, and it just kind of split all the way up till about right here. And so whenever I had my hand on it, my fingers, this was just completely open right here. So what I did was I bought some of this thread. It's nylon wax coated thread from this tandyleather.com. So it was like $5 or $6 on Amazon. And then I went and I got these needles from Walmart for like $2. And what I used was this one and this guy right here. So you put the thread on one end and then you puncture it. And you can use the needle. These are kind of cool. So what I did was I had to use both of them because you got to, in order to get the stitching, it's like a shoelace, right? So you got it on each side. And then you pull it just like a shoelace to tighten the leather together. So what I did was I created a knot, and then I went, see where I went underneath first. Oh, sorry. I went underneath first and came out the hole and put the knot under, and then I went around a couple times, did that on each side to put a knot under, and then I started doing the stitching. So you make it loose as you put each one through, right? And then you pull them tight and you tighten it. And you do that all the way down, and then when you get to the bottom, that's kind of the tricky part, is kind of finishing it off. So might not look the best right there when I finally got to it, but I basically kind of did it like a shoelace where I pulled them together tight, and then I just kind of used one and went around a few times through the holes. Just to try and seal it up good. But I mean, that fixes it. May not be perfect, but it at least gets the stitching back so that it's not being pulled apart by my fingers anymore, and it feels like a steering wheel again in my hand. So the only things I really saw on YouTube were like replacing all the leather, and it looked gay on a bunch of stuff. So I decided to just kind of show you guys what I did, even though I didn't actually take a video of me doing it. I just used these hooks right here, and I got that leather, just that nylon right there, which matches pretty perfect, and just kind of basically went through with this and the large one there, and just tied them together, and it worked great again.